So what is a foreword for a memoir, and do you actually need one for your memoir? Hello, I'm Brenda, this is Write Your Story, and I'm here to help you to write your memoir. Very simply, a foreword is a recommendation of your book by someone who's better known than you are. And they are giving it their stamp of approval that this is a book worth reading. Now, not every memoir has a foreword, but I can just about guarantee you it will have reviews. You will see reviews on the back of their books or even pages of reviews at the beginning of their memoirs. And the whole purpose of those reviews is essentially the same as a foreword. It is to recommend the book, to say what is good about the book, to give a bit of a sales spiel for the book, to put on that stamp of approval so that other people will know that it has social proof, that this is a book that so many others highly recommend. Now, if you are like Abigail Thomas, the author of What Comes Next and How to Like It, she has the social proof on the back of her memoir of 3 people: Elizabeth Gilbert, Anne Lamott, and Stephen King. So if you happen to know those 3 people and you can get that social proof, that review, that recommendation, that golden stamp of approval on your book, all the better. Now, most of us don't know people like that or don't have access to people like that to review our books and to recommend them. And that is what a foreword will do for your memoir. It's going to recommend the book by someone who's better known in the circles in which you move. And this social proof is crucial for your memoir. If you don't know someone who can write a foreword for your memoir, I suggest you start giving it consideration as you even now write your memoir. An essential element of my memoir is that it is a faith-based memoir where I asked hard questions of God in my grief, where I questioned my own Christian beliefs. And so because I grapple with theological issues, and I'm no theologian, I don't have a degree or a study of any sort in theology, I felt that with regard to my memoir, I needed someone to write a foreword who does have theological background, who is highly regarded in his or her field as a theologian, as a pastor, as somebody who knows the Bible, because that is what I grappled with. And so I asked a pastor I had worked with and with whom I had a friendly relationship if he would consider reading my memoir, checking it for accuracy on theological grounds, and writing the foreword. He was happy to do that. And that is who I chose. Because my memoir is also an ecumenical memoir in that I move between different Christian faith traditions, I also asked my brother to write a foreword, which I used as an afterword, because also what he wrote I felt summed up the whole essence of my memoir. And he being Catholic and the pastor being Protestant, I really felt this would now give credibility to both Christian traditions. So the Catholics wouldn't look at my memoir and go, and Protestants wouldn't look at my memoir and go, because unfortunately we still have divides in our faith. And so I thought if I could have both, it would balance it. It would give credibility to both traditions so that people would be more willing to read it. I was very deliberate with that. On the back of my cover, I have quotes from both the pastor and the priest. And so that is how I have brought social proof, credibility, stamp of approval to my memoir so that it has more substance and value. So think about your memoir. How can a foreword, which many people would say is integral and essential to your memoir, have someone give it that stamp of approval, that social proof, that credibility that you're looking for? You may not need to have a prologue and watch my video on prologue to know whether you should have one for your memoir, but many people would say you must have a foreword. So give that some consideration and let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. I will see you in my next video, or watch out for my shorts, as I'm also putting out shorts that summarize essential elements you need to be aware of when writing your memoir. I will see you either in that video or in that short.